DJC Game Studios. What's up, everyone? I'm the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios. Welcome to the show, and we're here to talk about some music and a movie. And the movie we're going to talk about is related to the music, and that is Dethklok's new movie, Metalocalypse Army of the Doomstar. This is probably one of the best metal movies I've ever seen, and one of the best animated movies I've ever seen to date. Now, let me give you a little history here. I am a huge Dethklok fan, and I followed them even after when they had their band Galacticon, basically kind of a name change, a little more melodic. They did 2 albums. Galacticon 1 was kind of a more of rock and roll and intergalactic rock and roll, and then they did a more of a death metal rock and roll with Galacticon 2. But Dethklok, Metalocalypse, it started as an Adult Swim cartoon, but mind you, the band is real? Well, the animated version is the animated version, but there is a real-life band that tours. They've charted the metal charts every time they put out an album. Like I said, they did 3 Death albums under the Dethklok name, and then they did 2 Galacticon. So you have 5 albums, and then a 6th album, which would be the Death Album 4, which just got released with this movie. But enough about the music, because I may do that in a separate video, but I want to talk about Army of the Doomstar. This takes place right after the Metalocalypse Doomstar Requiem, and that's where Toki Wartooth gets rescued along with Abigail, Nathan's love interest and former producer. If you watch the end of season 3 and 4, it's those are some of my favorite seasons as they come along. You know, every season has its moments, but those are just so great. Going into those trying to write the new record. Now a lot of stuff starts happening. A lot of the tribunal that's kind of been watching them, the government tribunal. And you got that Salacia, which is that main bad guy. Well, he kind of shows himself at the Roy Nicholson's. No, he shows himself at a concert, and then he kills Roy Nicholson, head of Crystal Mountain Records. And then at the funeral, that's when they kidnap Abigail and Toki, stab them, and that goes into the Requiem, the Doomstar Requiem, which is the whole rock opera. Which the last one, if you need to watch that before watching Army of the Doomstar, because the whole rock opera. They sing everything. All their spoken lines are literally turned into song. So every character has to sing, and they're all in denial of rescuing Toki until the fans get at them, and it becomes this whole thing. Well, Army of the Doomstar picks off, and it has so much comedy, you'll be laughing till you're crying. I mean, you got your Dr. Roxo, you got Dick Nubler, you got the band themselves, Murderface dealing with that infection that spread into his arm. So a little bit of spoiler. I don't want to get too much into everything that happens and how and what happens towards the end, which is absolutely beautiful. But it is something that's just beautiful. The storytelling, the animation, they blew it out of the gate. Over at Titmouse, which does the animation for them, it absolutely looks beautiful. You're seeing versions of these characters that are just animated so great. Like I said, it starts with some great comedy. It has Nathan coming out drinking coffee and red wine, and he's on Xanax, and he's in a hospital robe, and he's just stumbling around. That's some funny stuff. There's Charles Oftenson, their manager, is now the head of the Black Clock Church, and then they're all sitting in church for the it's the funeral for the other guy that had passed in the Requiem, which was when he let them pass, the main dude with the robe and everything. So they're there, and it's just that's when the funniness starts, and then it gets into something so much more beautiful, because there's so many demons that Nathan's fighting, and he's basically got PTSD, and he's just fighting and fighting. And they all have to overcome their egos to kind of write this song of salvation. I mean, if they don't, Salacia and the Doomstar are basically going to come, and the Earth is going to become it's like end of days. Molten rock raining down, stuff being burned. and then the ultimate evil taking over, and then eventually it all goes back to Nathan talking to the water god, the giant whale, you know, and like I said, I can't give away the ending, but it's so to do with this huge battle, and then Nathan having to either become the fist or the hand, and what does he do? You know, and meanwhile he's pissed at the fans. He tells them, "I'm breaking up with you. I'm done giving you anything," and they're all mad at him, and the band's mad at him, and he's yelling at the band, and there is a lot of emotion, and the apocalyptic part of the story is very serious, and you could just feel the tense atmosphere, and like I said, the animation's so great. I didn't want to spend too much time in this, but I just want to say, if you're a Dethklok fan, or you even slightly like Metalocalypse, and especially if you saw the Doomstar Requiem, you need to go out and get Army of the Doomstar on Blu-ray, purchase it on digital. That's what I did. I got it on digital, but I am going to get the Blu-ray because I know there's going to be a bunch of extra stuff that I definitely want to be part of and see. So anyways, that's all I have. I just wanted to give a great review. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. See Metalocalypse Army of the Doomstar. Just came out 2 days ago. Until then, please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you for more video games and, heck, maybe some more metal news. Take care.
I used to sing death metal.
Really?
Let me go.